So
Ooh.
nobody will know that for another couple of minutes. But yeah, there we go. We are live. Yeah, no, just going to be finishing up Theo's high poly today.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm not going to be here on Saturday because I'm going to Joe's.
Yeah.
So that should be good. Are you thinking of coming down at the weekend at all, or up in your case?
Maybe it's just the travel side, really. So I know with trains they're having a bit of a issue at the minute. So
Right.
but yeah, I'll have a look and see.
It'll be good if you can, man, but don't feel any like pressure.
I'll try. I'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, like,
few-
I appreciate it's short notice as well, and you know you've got other stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, I've got this. I've got supposedly having a meeting with a friend with about the circuit board I need to design, but
Oh, neat.
I'm doing some work with a school, building a little electric race car, and
Oh, that sounds awesome, man.
yeah, they wanted a data logging system, so I foolishly said I'd actually do something.
Well, that sounds very much like a you problem, man.
Well, I wasn't doing this at the time, so it's kind of just like.
Actually, yeah, last year, at this art fair, actually, like at the art fair last year, Joe, and another mutual friend, Tudor, and I, we were doing this. We were basically doing artwork for our final major project at university, like live at the art fair.
Okay.
And we got like a few teachers coming up and saying like, hey, would you guys want to come and like maybe do talks at our school, like primary schools and secondary schools and stuff, about like how to get into making video games and, you know, all this other kind of stuff. And we said yes,
Yeah.
and we actually did get a few follow-up emails, but nothing ever really came out of it, like at least for me anyway. I can't speak for the other guys, but for me, I mean, it was largely because I was just too busy all the time.
Yeah.
But it's something that like I think I'd be keen to do, just kind of let kids know that like this is something that you can do, and it's something that is, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a very rewarding career path, and you can you know, you can you know, one of the most amazing aspects of it for me personally is the idea that like the work that I'm doing can basically like inspire people, and not in any kind of small numbers either. Like it's, you know, there's like a math puzzle game that I worked on that's been played by thousands of children, and the thought that I have in some way made it easier for them to understand some fairly complex math problems at their ages and stuff, just through, you know, good game design. And or I mean, like, I wasn't part of the actual game design, I was on the art team, but still, you know, the idea that my artwork can make it fun or relatable in some way is like, it's cool. It's something that like a lot of people don't tend to put much thought into when they think about making video games, is like their impact on society, you know?
Yeah, and it's kind of why I'm kind of doing this, is because I know that every time, say, someone dies, for instance, just talking about the fact that I've implemented the ATF articles into the engine from your blueprints. It's like, well, I now know that every time someone dies, it's going to be running the code I wrote.
Yeah.
Just about that.
Definitely. Just gonna say hi to everyone in chat. Hello, Pancakes.
Yeah.
Hello, Briefcase. Hello, Omega. I know you'll try and be here later. That'd be awesome if you can make it. Hello, M4A. Hello, Estrada Perez. Hello, Don Resus. Hello, Mathrox. Hello, Zinky. I think that's everyone. Hello, everyone.
Azinki said, "Almighty, I've learned more about how games are made from you than I've known playing them my whole life."
That's the thing, man. Like armchair developers are a thing, right? Like everyone who plays games thinks they know better than developers. And I don't mean to say this as like an insult or anything. Like it's just something you do, right? Like you go, "Oh, I play this game. I know how it works. Like I could balance this better than them. All you need to do is X, Y, and Z." And yeah, you might be right to balance that one tiny issue. That could very well be the thing that you need to do. But there is absolutely a butterfly effect that goes through the whole game with every little tweak.
Yeah.
And so like developers tend to call people that do that armchair developers, because it's like it's all very well and good you sat there in your chair at home going like, "Oh yeah, this is how you do blah 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 blah," but without actually having the real knowledge, it's not really any use. That said, like if you do want to get into game design, like if you want to get into making games in some way, but don't necessarily have, let's say, like programming skills, so you can't program anything, or you don't have the art skills, you can't make artwork for the game or whatever. Honestly, I would say learn to be a QA person. Like you'll be spending your entire day like finding out how to break games. You'll have developers come up to you going like, "I finished this part of the level. Can you play test it for me?" And you'll be running through it trying to find like holes in the walls, places that you can fall through the map by accident, all that kind of stuff. And it's all super fun and super cool. And you'll be writing like you'll basically have to write a report back to the developer that handed this thing over to you, saying like, "This thing is broken, frame rate drops when you do blah," all the steps to reproduce all the problems that you found. And then the developer has to fix it. And then they'll come back to you and they'll go, "Right, I think I fixed all of these things." And then you go through and test them again. You're basically like the big ball breakers of the game developer world. But it does give you this like fundamental understanding of games design that you just won't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
And honestly, like game developers are always looking for QA testers. They like everywhere needs them. So if you can find yourself like a paid QA testing position, like go for it. Like it's a great way to get into the industry if you don't have any of the actual like development skills.
Yeah.
You can kind of help your application a little bit as well. Like there are courses you can take online which will help you with learning how to test things and how to submit feedback reports and stuff. If you can do just one of those, find one and just do one. Stick it on your resume and then go and apply for QA positions. You'll be fine.
Also, if you actually want to get into the more technical side of things, I guess it sounds like this is how you got into it as well, and it's the same as how I got into it, is modding.
Yeah. Because
the framework is already there, and for instance, for me, coding-wise, I went into modding Minecraft because it's Java, and yes, I know Java's a pain in the ass sometimes, but it was just something I enjoyed. It was just something I enjoyed playing, and it just snowballed from there. So, if find a game that you enjoy playing, and then have a look and see if there's some sort of modding framework in it, because it gives you the base game is already there. So the all of the main balancing and all that stuff is already done. And all you need to do is just sit there, and you can get nearly instant results just from a couple of lines of code. So
yeah, or even from artwork. Like the way I learned to make game art was by taking apart the character art files from Emfrey. Thanks very much, man. Thanks for the subscription. That's awesome. Yeah. And some bits as well. You donated some bits too. I think Omega's going to probably want to fight you, but
oh, that's a lot of bits. He's also activated a football giveaway for 15 others in chat.
I don't know what that is, but
nor do I. And that reminds me, I've actually got a Twitch Prime I need to actually use. I might as well put more money into this game than.
Well, I mean, especially because it's like Prime is a free subscription, right? Like you're not actually paying any additional money, so.
No.
Yeah.
for some reason, Amazon still think I'm a student.
Oh, neat. Aren't we
So,
all really
keep it
students
proud.
at heart? Students of life? Blah. So, I got into making game art by taking apart like the game art files for Half-Life, for Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Quake 3, those kind of things, and basically just like I started out with, okay, so I've got this thing open. I don't know how to make a model. Like, modeling was, like, it took me a little while to learn that, actually. Texturing, though, I was like, okay, so I've got this thing open, and the guy is red. I don't like red. I want him to be, like, orange or green. So I'd learn how to do, like, a simple recolor first. Just opening the texture files in Photoshop, changing the colors, and that's it. Easy peasy. And then I was like, okay, so I don't like the shape of this guy's gloves. I want them to be, like, a bit beefier or whatever. So like I downloaded, at the time there was a free version of 3ds Max called Gmax,
Okay.
and it was specifically designed for modding, and then they stopped because, you know, Autodesk. But yeah, it was specifically designed for modding, and it was really cool. It was pretty much, it was like a very feature complete app, actually. Like, it had all the main features you'd expect from 3ds Max. It just wasn't 3ds Max.
Yeah.
And they, so I loaded in the model, and I didn't know how to make a model from scratch or anything, so I just, like, I grabbed the hand area and learned how to scale it up, and then just re-exported it, and that was it. And then, like, coming for, like, watching a couple of different tutorials online, there's his tutorials, second to none, absolutely amazing. You can Google, all one word, poop in my mouth.
Okay.
Poopinmymouth.com. His name is Ben Mathis. He is an industry veteran, although I think he's semi-retired, at least at the moment, to focus on like other areas of his life. But he is like he was back in the day like a prolific tutorial writer, whether it was like written tutorials or videos or whatever. The tutorial that I used to learn how to use 3ds Max properly was made by him. It was a video tutorial where you made a park bench. Super simple. You're just making a park bench, and it really was literally just like make a couple of cubes, move the verts along so that they're long enough that they could look like, you know, something that you'd sit on, and then make like a slightly more complex shape for the legs, and that's it, you're done. But the whole point of the video wasn't to teach you this is how you make a bench. It was this is how you work around 3ds Max's interface. This is how you use the hotkeys in Max. You know, and once you know like how to select a vertex, how to move a vertex, like just those simple things are really easily extended towards, okay, so now I know how to create a vertex from nothing and how to move it around. I can create like the outer shell of an object, and then you go, oh, but you know, I've learned how to do that, but how do I turn them into faces? You know, and so like once you learn how to connect like multiple verts into a single polygon, you know, you're really kind of flying along then, and that's how I learned to model. Nowadays, you know, there's so many more tutorials. There are much easier ways of getting into it and everything, but you know, that's how I did it back then. And you know, modding was a fantastic gateway, and the same thing goes for programming as well. Like I think that one of the first mods I ever made for it was for Unreal Tournament 2004, and it was such a stupid little mod. Basically, it made rockets, instead of exploding on impact, they would bounce twice, and with every bounce spawn an additional rocket. And that rocket, like the velocity of that rocket would be like slightly off to the side of the original one, so like they'd go out in like a pattern of threes kind of thing. It was just like, it was so fun showing my friends like, look at the mayhem I've caused.
It's funny you should say that, actually, because before Minecraft I did do some slight, it wasn't actually I did a bit of modding, but it wasn't actually as in-depth as the coding. But I used to get Blood Guts from Halo CE.
Yeah.
And it was the only game when I was in school, we actually had 2 IT suites just dedicated to games rooms in the
You lucky
in
fucker.
yeah. Somehow I don't know how it happened, but Quake was on the network.
Well, I remember back in my secondary school, we literally had to like we went into the computer rooms and we had to find a machine that wasn't connected or well, they were all connected to the network, but we had to find a machine that would let us install Quake onto, right? So we'd install it on there and we'd start playing it, and then like the game would just crash and the computer would restart, and then like Quake wouldn't be on there anymore, and then we'd have to go find another machine and install it on that one.
Yeah, we don't know how it happened, but someone had installed it on the network. But we used to actually have proper big matches of Halo between the two rooms,
Right.
which is so much fun. But because we only had the demo version, we could only play Bloodgutch. So I actually found a tool which enabled me to modify the map. Now, we couldn't do much of the modifying. It was mostly just placing items and maybe changing a few settings. But it got to the point where I was doing some really weird shit, like placing portals in different places. And if you found the hidden portal and got to the right place, it will spawn you in a box over the entire map. And inside that box was a rocket launcher. But I'd modified the rocket launcher to basically act as a nuke. So if you got up there, you could nuke the entire map from it.
Nice.
We used to do. It was quite funny because we also did when it was like children in need and things like that. We would actually have 2 sets of matches going, and my brother actually organised it, and I did the map modding for it. And we actually organised 2 matches, and people were paying like £1 to get in and have
sick,
a match
man.
with everyone. So
That's
we were
awesome.
doing it like that as well. So it was quite fun. So that's how I technically got into all this crap. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah.
But
it was quite
that's
fun.
that's the thing. Like back in the day, like there was no such thing as games design courses or games art courses, and
No.
programming for games didn't exist as a video as a
Well,
course.
programming in general started to be quite. It wasn't programming the programming courses were more of a higher up level. Nowadays, you see kids that are learning. For instance, I've got 4 Raspberry Pi sitting on my desk currently, and kids nowadays are just messing around with them. You've got the BBC Byte, BBC Bit or something. Is that new? They have the BBC have brought out a little micro computer designed for teaching programming and that, and they're teaching all the young ones to do it, and I'm sitting there thinking, great.
Oh yeah, man! Like my 14-year-old, she comes in and she talks about how like they do programming at her school, and that's really cool. Even Tyria, man, she like they do like, I mean, it's super rudimentary stuff. It's literally just a bunch of it's essentially node-based programming, but it's all super rudimentary. Like if this then
like
this, yeah.
Yeah, and it usually fit like a block inside, so you got an if statement which goes over the entire thing, and then you stick little blocks inside it.
Yeah, I guess the idea behind it is just to teach like the most basic logic principles.
Yes. Because that's the one thing I found is once you've got the logic, you can apply that logic to almost any language.
Yeah.
But you have to have that fundamental logic, or you will not be able to do any programming at all.
Yeah. No, I think I agree with you there. I mean, there's some languages that defy that, but
and there's some languages that are classed as languages but are actually scripts. I know.
Yeah, Python,
CSS. Python's all right. It's very useful. I find Python's very useful for things like unit testing and things like that. It's a nice testing language. But
I've seen people writing entire applications in Python, and I think they are bonkers. Like flat out bonkers
to be honest,
people.
You say that, but I used to work for a company called Raymarine. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they make like autopilots and extremely expensive display units and that for boats. And we're talking about the upper class boat. They're a subsidiary to Fleur, the IR company.
Okay.
And I'm talking about the fact when I was working there, I was only doing a summer placement, but the guy came up to me with a 18 grand camera and said, "Take this apart."
Man.
So on my desk for the entire couple of months I was working there, I had this camera in bits, and it was like 18 grand. I'm sitting there going, Yes. But
do I have
seriously,
to?
but seriously, they wrote this was an embedded chip that was running same as similar to the Raspberry Pi, but it was their own type of system. The entire interface was running off Qt and Python.
I couldn't deal with that, man. So, like at work at the moment, I'm having to do a bunch of stuff in Python because it's the only API available for some of the programs that we're trying to integrate with. And I'm just like, this whole thing is gross as fuck. I don't like it. But I definitely understand the point of Python, and I understand, like, if you want something that's really, really lightweight, and you don't need to worry about direct memory access or management or anything like that, and all you really want to do is be able to, like, get stuff working really fast, then yes, fine, it's great. Yes. But, like, I couldn't imagine doing a whole program in it, man. It would drive me nuts. Right, let me just answer some of the people in there.
Yes, get back to the.
So where did we get to? Okay, so such an irresponsible donation. Yes, Omega, I agree. Such an irresponsible donation, but thanks for subscribing.
Red card.
So Briefcase Cat, not going to lie, breaking games and finding bugs is one of the few things that has made me realise I also enjoy the fun ways of breaking and hiding code. Which is why I'm trying to be a cybersecurity person after I finish university.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, isn't that that whole thing happened with basically every operating system recently, wasn't it? Like, there's the chipsets.
The processor you can inject
basically, like, the processors had something that was I don't know if it was broken. I'm pretty sure it was by design, but it allowed a backdoor that they hadn't foreseen, because I think they basically said, like fixing this is going to reduce performance across, like, every platform by, like, 30% or something, because the reason they wrote it in was to allow faster or better memory access. However, it also meant that people can basically inject cross-platform worms that could infect multiple programs because they all shared the same memory access. I think that was the thing.
And because it's so low level, you can't actually detect it because it is actually running on the processor. It doesn't actually run in Windows. It's running actually inside the processor.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it doesn't actually know that it's being called. But
so Lizard says, when being a technical artist or concept artist, is possible to find time to play games. I'm a little terrified at the thought of being a concept artist and never having time to play games anymore. So basically, like, if you work as a full-time developer, you then have a choice of whatever you want to do in your free time. So, like me, for example, I work full-time as a developer for Quixel, and then in my free time, I'm doing this as well. Which means that, no, I don't really have that much time to play games. I do take some time to play games, like, I've kind of limited, like, when I first started on this project, I had a little bit more free time, and I devoted a ton of it to making Magnus. I was like, look, let's get a hero out there, like, fast, make it look good, like, basically just go, look, we can do this, and really prove to people, like, this is like, we can do this and it's going to look great. As time has gone on, I've kind of gone, look, I need to be able to not do stuff like this and have fun, play games with the kids, play any other games that come out, God of War, like, basically have some free time to myself. I would say it's not something that you really need to worry about. If you are really passionate about games development, you don't tend to see this as a job anyway. Like, every day you're doing something fun, every day you're doing something that you enjoy. And so it doesn't really feel like work, not that much. And then once you've finished it, yeah, you can go off and do whatever you want. If you want to spend your free time making games instead of playing games, then do that. But it's entirely up to you. I think when you first start out, and you, like, maybe you're going to university to study it, and you possibly didn't realize just how bad you were, because that's a common thing. Nobody realizes how bad they are when they start out. And then you go like, oh, I've got to practice, 24/7 to get good enough. Yeah, there's going to be a period of time where it feels like you're doing nothing but working. But once you get in, it's mostly, it's just good fun, and you get on with it. So Santis, it's not a lamp, it's called a sensor. So in religion, Catholicism is a big part of this. Like, they have these incense burners. They're like these really ornate things where on the inside they've got like incense or whatever other stuff inside that's like burning away, and they kind of like waft it around, and it's used to kind of purify the area, right? So Theo's is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be the same in principle. It will be hanging on chains from the offhand. It's going to be a little bit more sturdy in that you're going to be able to like beat people over the head with it, I guess. And rather than being filled with stinky stuff that's going to purify the area, instead there's this kind of like this core which is going to give off like arcs of electricity, which are going to like hit the outside edges of it, and possibly produce the kind of blue energy that powers most of Theo's ability set. So that's that question. Sorry, I'm just going down the questions real quick, and I'll try and get to the bottom as quick as I can. So, buenos noches, Chico. Mathrox, Theo is so far my favorite hero to come out of the ones that you have done. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I think, like, as time goes on, I'm gonna look back at like all of these early heroes and go like, oh, what was I thinking? But I
think everyone's gonna do that.
Yeah,
even the coders are gonna look back at their code and sit there and think, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah,
must have been on drugs when I wrote it.
But I'm very glad that you like Theo. I'm looking forward to having Theo finished. That said, I'm actually going to be starting on the next master on Monday. I'm going to be doing like the low poly and textures and stuff for Theo, like off stream. So I'm going to be starting the new master on Monday.
I think everyone's seen enough of the low poly to last them for a little while.
Yeah.
Retopology, yay.
So yeah, that kind of, I guess, answers not killer 11's question. When is Theo getting colors? That'll be done like off stream, and then we'll likely make it into a future state of the game. Like you'll see the fully textured and post versions like at the end there.
And maybe you'll see the others as well.
Maybe. Oh yeah, Wooden's looking sick.
I'm actually really tempted to buy a 3D printer just so I could print these all out.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
I've heard that as long as you know what you're doing, building a 3D printer isn't actually all that difficult.
Oh, I've built a few actually when I was at university, but the problem with building a 3D printer is the amount of maintenance you need to do just to get it to be calibrated and to get it to actually work properly. So I've actually, I've built like 3 3D printers now, but I'm just getting to the point where I'm just looking to get something like an SLA printer that can give me some nice high quality models. And if I get a nice one, because the one I'm actually looking at is a bit more of an expensive one, but it's one that a lot of gaming companies actually use, and a lot of game modeling that their companies use to actually print their own 3D models that they've done in the engines and that.
Nice. Like I haven't looked into the state of 3D printing in the games industry anyway in a little while, but for a long time there's basically been one company based in China that 3D prints everything for everyone. and they're called Ownage, and they are, they produce fantastic work, like truly fantastic work. But they have been for the longest time like the people who print stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of companies are now getting the Formlabs ones because they're designed.
That's the one with like the resin bays, right?
Yeah, it's got a bright orange box on top of it.
Yeah. So that one, it kind of like it uses a laser to harden resin that it pulls out from like a pool of resin. Yeah. I saw that in action at GDC a couple of years ago, and I was like, yeah, I want this.
Yeah, but then when you look at the price, the standard kit is like $3,000.
Oh yeah, crazy.
But I'm contemplating getting one of those because I've done a lot of layered printing before, but I've never used SLA. But then the problem with SLA is also the resin is quite expensive as well.
Yes.
And
it's apparently not
print.
amazing to work with in terms of finishing up as well. Like like it's resistant to a lot of the chemicals that you'd use to smooth out other things.
Well, yeah. I'm still looking into that, but it in theory it gives you extremely high quality prints, a lot better than the ones you get with layered. But then the problem is, as I said, I built mine in university, and it was when the craze of, because there was actually in engineering for engineering students, there was actually a craze where you had to build a 3D printer yourself. It was just something that you had to do.
Part of my master's degree was like you have to go and get something 3D printed. There's like a 3D printing lab at the university. So
yeah. Well, yeah.
Gotta jump on this trend.
Well, we started. It used to be you had a lot in the computer engineering side. It was more. They started off first. You had to build a NAS drive, and then after that, you had to build a 3D printer. And I don't know what it is now. But...
you had to build a NAS drive.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. If you wanted to be having that cool nerdy status, you had to have built a NAS drive.
So bonkers, man.
Welcome to engineering.
Fucking NAS
all
drive.
Bonkers. Hey, I like my NAS drive.
I'm sure you do, but like, it's still a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's like a weird status to have. That's like. Fuck it, I can't believe I couldn't ever imagine myself being like, yeah, but did you build a NAS drive though?
Oh well. Actually, it was actually an assignment we actually had to do at university, but it wasn't something we had to do. But the lecturer said you would get extra points if you actually did it. So it was like, yes.
Briefcase cat. I think it's unlikely that we would ever release the models for people to print themselves. However, I am totally down for doing like a limited print run of things.
If it gets to
Sorry,
it gets to a point, we could always have a look at how much it would cost to sell castings.
So basically, I'm using Ownage as an example here because I've been in touch with them before. So they charge around $700 just for the initial print, which includes cleanup. So what they basically do is like they take your ZBrush model, they will basically decide like where it's best to cut it into pieces, and like inset the keys and stuff that they need for like being able to reassemble after the fact. They'll do the initial print, they'll clean it up, and they'll cast it. And then I think they said like for the first 100 that you make, it's like $40 per model to be cast, and then the price goes down like the more that you want to get casted.
Okay, so it's the initial.
Yeah, the initial cost is yeah, definitely. And so with that in mind, it's like you can understand why, you know, like they're doing limited runs of collector's editions for games which have a statue, you know, where they can go like, okay, so if we sell this many of them at this price, we guarantee we're going to get our money back. And you know, we're in a slightly different boat where, you know, like we couldn't possibly guarantee that we would be able to sell all of the stock, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, a lot of the staff would probably get them.
Yeah,
Anyway.
true. I would.
I would definitely. as I said, I'm looking to buy a £3,000 printer just to print the bloody thing. So, but we will see. All right.
Are you gonna read chat a bit? See what people are bitching about?
Set yourself up a merchandise shop to help the project along. Well, we would love to.
Yeah, we would definitely love to. So far, only one member of the team has official team merchandise.
Yeah, alright. Scav did actually do that himself. It was like great.
I just thought it was really funny. Really, really funny.
Yeah, I am actually thinking about, because I have there's a company that's literally down the road from me that does embroidery.
Oh, awesome.
And they did some really nice looking fleeces. Now, I kind of like fleeces because they're that's just me. But I was actually thinking of getting the Visionary Games logo embroidered into one of the sleeves.
Oh, neat.
But,
see, that's the thing. Like, I think what I would probably like to do is maybe basically just do a limited run of things and say, like, look, for the people that are interested in doing this or interested in buying this stuff, you know, like, you basically, like, we'll maybe make like 500 T-shirts that say, like, I was there for the alpha or whatever, you know.
Yeah. So I would suggest if we did get T-shirts, it might be a bit more expensive, but embroidery is probably the better way of doing it. I've had shirts in the past that have been printed.
Oh yeah,
they just stuck them in the wash once and they just disintegrate. And don't even try putting one of them in the tumble dryer because that just does not go well.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, Briefcase Cat. I have another question. What kind of barrier to entry is Visionary Games going in for the heroes/new heroes? What I mean by this is, will heroes be easy to learn but hard to master, or will there be heroes that are deliberately difficult?
So we can't really give like a detailed answer on that because, you know, we're not game mechanics people. But from what I've been told and what I gather from everything is, the first thing is, and you may have noticed it in the last state of the game, is a lot of the heroes are being given sort of designations, so like bruiser, durable, that kind of thing. And what we're basically saying is we're not going to pigeonhole any master into a specific lane. We're not going to say, like, you must play Magnus in mid lane, like that's what they're designed for, or anything like that. Or you must play Warden as a tank because, you know, because that's how we've designed them or whatever. Like, we are actually designing them to be the opposite. So you'll basically be able to look at the designations they have. So Warden, for example, you know, he's going to be durable. He'll be what was the other one? Bruiser, like durable bruiser. I think there was another one as well, another designation that he has. And you can go, because he has these designations, he might be really good in the off lane, or he might be really good as a jungler. Like, I'm gonna pick where I want to play him, kind of thing. And what that means is that the pickup and playability of them, of any of the heroes, might be fairly easy, because you can, like, pick them up and just go and play them in multiple places. But mastery of a hero very much falls down to how the meta of the game evolves and how well you can read that meta and you know, learn to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's going to be a fun one for the tutorial mechanics, I guess.
Yeah, but then I'm against having a tutorial at all. I think we should just drop people into the game and be like, yo, go have fun. Get wrecked.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Glad you...
Yeah, sorry if that wasn't like a really clear-cut answer. I tried my best.
Yeah, we're just an artist and a coder, so it's not really our domain. Well, it's so damn hot.
Yeah, it's really warm.
It's got hot. It's not just hot; it's humid as well, which just
muggy.
Yeah. So, are you setting this up like Paragon having third-person view?
Yes.
That's a yes. That is definitely a yes.
Yep.
We are... Yeah.
Third-person Z-axis MOBA is basically the core definition of the game.
Yeah. And if it isn't, we've been doing something really wrong.
Yeah. Because so far, all the stuff we've made is in third person. So wait, we were doing top-down? Ah!
God, I was at work today and we actually finally got something to work. Like,
Oh, nice.
Never get into firmware programming. Oh no, to be fair, you do graphics card programming, so technically that's on par.
Well, shaders, I mean, it's not really the same.
You have to do a bit more vector maths than me, but...
Yeah. Yay, vector math.
You're still...
Quick math.
Oh, I did vector math. I did vector maths for AI, and it was like...
The best thing for me about graphics programming is basically how visual it is. You know, like, if you make a mistake, it's often really, really easy to diagnose. Well, not really easy to diagnose the mistake, but it's really easy to know when you've made a mistake because you know what you should expect visually. You know, so like if you've got a if the thing is coming out black, like it's literally not rendering anything, so you need to make sure that you have the rendering stuff actually turned on. You know. Doing importance sampling across a hemisphere, you know, that's some really, really fun math. And if you get it wrong, then you might end up with like your environment map looks like spirals instead of like a nice crisp image, or it might look like fucking fractals or something. You know, like it's really fun when you get it wrong and you go like, oh, I've made some sweet art. It's not what I wanted to make, but it's still cool.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. To be honest, when I did AI and that, it's literally just timesing, dividing, and no, it's just timesing and adding really.
Well, see, if you're doing shader programming and you're dividing, you're doing a problem right there.
Yeah.
Like in terms of optimization and efficiency, like you want to divide as little as possible because division is actually really expensive.
Yeah.
Because, like, in order to divide something on a CPU or a GPU, what the thing actually does is it goes, okay, so rather than let's divide X by Y, instead we're going to multiply Y by small increments until we find the closest number that matches.
Yeah. What's this briefcase? This isn't a game question, but does anyone know what sort of graphics cards are good at the moment for semi-gaming computer? 1060.
Yeah, 1060 is a solid card.
I've got a laptop with 1060, 1070 in, so 1060 is the lower. 1070 is probably a nice middle of the range, which is why it's the middle of the range.
Yep, and the 10 series will probably go down in price soon because the 11 series will be out this year.
Yeah. If we're talking about CPUs, that's a whole matter. I think AMD is starting to win that one.
Yeah, man. Like, well, I mean, maybe not necessarily win. Like, I think CPUs in general, and that includes AMD, regardless of like, I think the stuff they did with Ryzen was fantastic. But CPUs in general just are not seeing performance increases. And one simple reason for that is the materials they're made from.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so far that you can push silicon, right? Like, it has a limited throughput.
Yep.
You know, basically, we need to either find a way of creating like diamonds cheaply, or try and find a way of releasing the cartel grip on diamond mining.
Yeah.
Because if we could you imagine have a CPU in your computer that was made from diamonds? Like, how sweet that would run. Like, I think they estimated the performance increase would be like in the magnitudes of like 200%, which is insane.
I know a lot of people are looking into things like graphene and that now.
Graphene could be awesome, but again, doesn't graphene come down to like production costs?
I don't know. I know they're looking into it, and then there's also the fact that people are now looking or researching into quantum computing as well. You can't really play a game on a quantum computer, but
no. Well, you could, but you
actually,
wouldn't
no,
be at the same
to be
time.
Fair. Yeah. To be fair, that video though, that one of the guys in the dev chat posted, that actually did say that some people have already created games that run on quantum computers.
Pretty sick.
So it's like, okay. I was actually having a look and seeing what it is needed to program, what you need to do to actually program a quantum computer. Saw that it's heavy maths and thought, yeah, fuck that.
Yep.
I'll wait until they have a proper assembler created for that before I try getting into it.
Yep.
It's
Like that's on a whole other level of nerd, right?
Yeah. But the funny thing is, you can actually, I know, for instance, the Azure, Microsoft do actually have a couple of quantum computer simulators out, and IBM actually have 3 quantum computers that you can actually use and run your programs on, and they're all cloud-based. So it's kind of like they're starting to bring out, and I remember there was another company doing something similar where they were letting people access quantum computers as well. The only problem is it's quite funny. The video did explain that people are worried about the fact that quantum computer can actually break into anything that uses large factored numbers. So some of the more basic encryption algorithms, but then you need a massive quantum computer, and the biggest that anyone's done at the minute is 20 qubits. So it's like, yeah, you need to make like more like 1,000 qubits to even start looking at that. But it's quite fun, because I think that's where things come in. It's interesting that you can actually model chemistry in real life.
Yeah, man.
Just on a quantum computer. It's
wow.
when
when quantum computing becomes cheap enough for places like universities and schools in general to have them, like I can only imagine. Like we're gonna see things like you look at the fact that, let's say we went from the Wright brothers flying the first plane to landing a guy on the moon in the space of 70 years. You know, we went from like the computers in the NASA command center being the most powerful computers in the world to now being, you know, several orders of magnitude less powerful than, you know, than a modern mobile phone, you know.
Yeah.
And that's all in the space of 30 years. You know, I think when quantum computing becomes cheap enough that schools and universities can have them, like we're gonna see just insane progress in sciences in general, but in technology overall. Like it's going to be ridiculous, man. Like I don't think in 25, 30 years time the world is going to look completely different from what it does now.
Oh,
like
God,
almost unrecognizable.
It's got to the point where you had IBM Watson, for instance, and it's like IBM Watson could play Jeopardy. It did a very good job of it. But the fact is, when you think of it, it could store the entire Wikipedia on its RAM.
Yep.
For fuck's sake! It's
this
like
scarf is going wrong.
But and now even then, that's now not the most powerful AI computer in the world. It's always growing, and it's funny because they said in the video that currently, if you took what they've got now, it's like when they had when they created the valve for when they started off computers, they use valves and that. And at the minute, quantum computing is at a stage where it's a similar sort of stage when valves were produced. So we've still got to get through a lot more before quantum computing can get out. But once it can, as you said, it's going to change everything.
Yep.
That and AI.
I'm excited.
And AI is going to be an interesting one, because even to the point now where you can literally ask Google Assistant to book you a hotel or a restaurant, and it will actually make the bloody call for you.
Yep.
It's like, oh, fucking hell. The hard man gaming, the tech that comes out over the next 30 years will be awesome to watch. Great time to be alive, right? Yep. And you've got to realise that literally, like, 10 years ago, people were using mobile phones like the Nokia and that. So,
the 3310 or the 3210 as well. 3210, man, indestructible phone, great phone.
those things were, yeah. And people, the biggest game out there wasn't Fortnite; it was Snake.
Yeah.
And it's like, literally, that was like 10, maybe 15 years ago when that was happening. And now look, you're playing Fortnite, this highly intensive graphic game. Well, right, it's not the most highest. It seems to be the biggest one out there, though. On a mobile phone. Something that you can fit in your damn pocket. And it's like,
yeah, that's bonkers, man. Like, truly bonkers.
Yeah, it's like, I work in this field, but it's like, even still, it's amazing how fast things are gonna change, and is changing. You miss your Vodafone phone. Good old Vodafone.
The days when BlackBerry thought they'd be around forever.
Oh God, yeah. That was that became a rage, didn't it? BlackBerry. My God.
I mean, they had some great ideas.
True.
Like the whole if you have a BlackBerry, like, you can talk to anyone else on BlackBerry for free through their whole chat thing. Like, that was a great idea.
Yeah,
it was just
Messenger.
Yeah, it was just something that was more easily taken up by Apple when Apple took it on. I think Apple got rid of it after a while, though, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm surprised Apple are a pain in the ass sometimes, but yeah, no. I remember because I've still got. Well, I don't have an original Game Boy, but I have a Game Boy Micro. Those things are like really weird.
Yep.
Still have the original games for them as well. And you look at the games then, and I remember going. When I was a kid, I was in the back of the car playing this game and thought it was absolutely wonderful. Now I look at it and think, it's still a wonderful game, but my God, things have changed. And the fact that I used to go to the library to borrow VHS tapes.
Yeah. Blockbuster Video used to be a thing, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, man. Oh man, I remember going to the library not for videos, but for music. Like, you could go to the library and rent out CDs.
Yeah. To be fair, we did have a nice little setup with the videos where you could actually. This was the day and age where you could actually buy a VHS tape, borrow the one from the library, and then just play it and record it.
Yeah. That was what we did with CDs as well. And the thing is as well, the library, like, they had a sign there they had a sign next to all the CDs saying, like, it's illegal for you to copy these CDs, so please don't do it. And we were just like, yeah, whatever.
I remember going to the library after school just to play Farmville. That and there was another RPG game that
those were the days.
Yeah.
Like
nowadays.
Dude, it's so fun. Like, having these conversations with my kids, like, you weren't around for this, but blah 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 blah, and they just don't believe you. They just don't believe you that the world could be that different. You know, that the internet didn't exist in your pocket. You know.
No, and you had to use a floppy disk.
Yeah. What the fuck's a floppy disk?
I remember seeing somewhere on Facebook, someone had posted a thing, and they basically showed a kid a floppy disk, and the kid said, "Dad, why have you 3D printed the save button?"
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Why have you printed the save button? Listen here, you little shit.
I think I've still got a stack of floppy disks up in the loft. Because there was actually, I remember when I was in...
Well, they don't work now if you stacked them all up on top of each other. I remember I actually had to, because this was in the day of dial-up and that crap, I actually had to give a floppy disk to one of my school friends, and, well, actually I needed to give him like 3 floppy disks, and he had to basically download this file. I asked him if he could download this file. He downloaded it and used WinZip to actually split the file up so he could actually get it onto all 4 floppy disks, and then I had to take it home, put them all back together, and then unzip it. So I could actually get them do you know what? We did that here recently. Well, a similar thing here recently. So, my daughter wanted to play Overwatch, so I bought her a copy of Overwatch, and then we wanted to play it like now, basically, and like didn't want to have to spend the time to download it, so I did a split zip of the Overwatch directory on my computer, put it onto a couple of thumb drives, and took it upstairs and put it onto a computer that way, and worked really well, really easy, no problem. But like, and I tweeted about this recently as well. Like, I tweeted out about how, like, back when I first started using computers, 128 gigabytes of memory, like actual storage memory, 128 gigabytes of storage memory was absolutely unheard of, right? Like, so in my hand, I'm holding something that back then people just didn't think would even exist at all. The highest capacity that you could buy, I think, was like 500 megabytes. It was like orders of magnitude smaller, and in terms of cost, it was like 5 times as expensive as this thumb drive. And then if you account for inflation on top of that and everything, it's like the thing that I'm holding in my hand right now that like I bought for like 16 pounds. It's just like, people back then, first of all, didn't think that it would ever exist, and like could you imagine how much it would have cost? Just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, because when I was in secondary school, it was just on the cusp of the floppy disk going out of fashion, and the 128 gig flash drives were just coming into fashion at that point.
Yeah. They actually had flash drives, didn't they? They were big chunky fuckers, weren't they?
Yeah. I think my dad's actually still got a 128 gig. No, actually, it's a 512 meg flash drive that he's had since he first got it ages ago, and it was like, still got pictures on it and that, and it still works. It's like, the handyman gamer said using a pencil to rewind the tape just to listen to it again. But
that's the thing. Like, cassette players back in the day, not all of them had rewind buttons.
No.
Like, how insane is that? And if you wanted to be able to listen to your favourite song, you had to wait for it to come on the radio and hit play and record at the same time. And if your cassette didn't have like that little bit of plastic on it that would let you record, you could just put some sellotape over it.
You should do that with the videos as well. And also the fact that the VCRs had to track when you first started up, so you put the VCR in, press play, and it would start going out of sync and then coming back in, and the little tracking bar at the bottom going back.
Yeah, proper bonkers, man. Like, and this is why I'm sat here going, like, in 30 years' time, we won't even recognise this world.
Yeah.
Like,
when computers getting ready.
I've been watching a lot of the Joe Rogan Experience recently, a lot of it. And there's maybe a bit of confirmation bias in there for me, but he definitely has a lot of thoughts along the same mind as me, especially when it comes to technology. And he's like, you know, augmented reality and virtual reality, they're making such big strides in technology. Give it another 10, 15 years, and something like Ready Player One could be, you know, an actual reality. You know, people spending most of their time in VR instead of in the actual world, you know?
Well, the funny thing you should say that is that when I watched Ready Player One, and I was having a chat with one of my friends who is also a complete geek and techie nerd and all that crap, is that thinking about it, in theory, that is actually possible. The only problem, the hardware's out there, all of the accessories, because most of the accessories they were using are actually technically commercially available at the minute. The only issue I can see is that with such a, and this is a nerdy thing for me, being a nerd, and the fact that I'm doing programming and that, is that the fact that to run a game at that scale, to have that many people running on a game, you would need to somehow have to cluster the actual world into clusters, but still be able to see each other and see people. So technically, that is, I haven't found a way of being able to do that yet. But if you can actually get multiple servers to act as one big world, but so they act. It's a cluster, but they all act as one world server, or look like they're one world server. Then that could be where things happen. But at the minute, you have to have separate world servers, and because you have separate world servers, players can't see each other unless you find a way of being able to represent how they show where the player is in the world in a microservice type system.
There's a place in the town that I live, in Milton Keynes. There is a company that does virtual reality safety demos for companies that they're basically engineering based, and it's literally like you put on the headset and you play through this demo, which is basically like here are your hands, this is the machine that you'll be working on, do this task, and then when something goes wrong, like, it shows you what could happen to you, or like what could go wrong with the machine or whatever, in essentially a safe environment, because it's in virtual reality. But like, could you imagine if we ever get to the stage that rather than just having a safety demo in virtual reality, actually you can log into work from home and you can navigate essentially a robot around like a workspace from home. You just see everything through your VR headset, right? And then the robot like activates the machine and does all the things with the machine or whatever. Like could you imagine being able to just work from home in a VR headset? Like, I honestly think that you'll be able to do that.
It's actually quite funny because when I went, I didn't go, but when I was at university, I was part of a building. We basically built a petrol car, single-seater race car for Formula Student, and the chassis was built at BAE Systems. Well, it's welded, and one of my friends said that they actually have a proper setup with VR and a proper welder, and you can actually do welding as if you're actually welding, but it's not actually welding, it's in VR welding, but you've still got the welder in your hand and things like that, so you can actually try out, and they can do tests and that.
Oh man, so that's bonkers. It's man, I'm really excited for the future. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah, it's simple things. It's quite funny because when I actually have done a bit of programming in Unreal for VR. It was actually one of the games I did with Zimatra. It was actually more of a demo, really. So I do actually want to have a look at playing around later on when I get some free time. I would like to actually play around and see about getting VR into the game, because we can't do it for the actual gameplay itself, but for
you could certainly do it for, like, I mean, let's say you release a game mode where you can basically just walk around and view the game world. You know, like, why couldn't that be a thing? I mean, someone suggested this as well. You know, why does matchmaking and like lobby system, why does it all have to be a, you know, you sit there and you basically view, you know, just a really boring screen. You hit Q and you wait for it to do its thing internally. Why couldn't it be like a space where, you know, you can basically just walk around through like a crowd of other players who are also looking for groups or whatever, go and talk to people, go and preview items and stuff, you know. There could maybe even be like statues for like the best players in the game or whatever, you know, that kind of shit. These are all like really, really cool ideas and would lend themselves very well to virtual reality, definitely. Whereas like, yes, I agree, the core gameplay, probably not.
No, but also things like replay and that. I really, really want to have like a room that you can stand in with a table in the center that has the world on it, and then you can actually see player stats around the outside on, say, monitors, or I don't know. It would have to be in. You lot, I'll have to work out the art because I'm not very good at art. But some way of showing player stats and that. So it would be quite interesting. But yeah, no, that would be something later on.
I mean, the other thing as well is like, let's say we do become, you know, super successful and we make like a really big MOBA that takes off really well or whatever, you know. There's always other projects that we can do later on, you know.
Yeah.
Or let's say, you know, heaven forbid this whole thing falls apart and the community decides, you know, fuck you guys, we don't like you anymore. You know, if that's the case, hey, there's always other projects we can do later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the best thing about being a developer, man.
That is true. Right, let's see what people are saying in chat. Where do we get to?
Sorry, we're not ignoring you guys. It's just we're not as good at this as Omega is. But Omega is currently trying not to die. I think his house is getting like vaped or something.
Yeah, if we ever find a way to out how to wake up Walt Disney, he's gonna have a heart attack.
Oh man,
that is true.
I mean, the thing is, like, Walt Disney is dead. Like, he ain't never waking up.
Yeah. Fortunately.
Like, you can have whatever rumors you want, but the cold hard truth is, he gone.
Ooh, hello. Oh, hello, Omega.
Hello?
You're muted.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hey!
Hey, I thought you were like busy and stuff.
No, I just had poison floating in my house.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, yeah, we all have poison from time to time. You know.
You know? So now I'm driving back to my poisoned house. But first, I gotta get gas. Woo! Stream and drive. That's how we do things here. Don't stream and drive, kids. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, I get really upset with people who like talk on their phone while they're driving.
Almighty, you did not think to make, instead of a scarf, some sort of gorge with protruding neck protection?
No.
And another question, did you watch The Expanse?
I did not. It's on my list of things to watch. I do. I have like this massive backlog of shit that I need to watch.
I think everyone does. Just think of the days when MOBA or VR and yourself load in as a favourite or classic Hero Master.
Right. Now for the boring bit. Let's make sure everything is named properly, make sure I can export everything correctly.
Woo! Name that child!
What? No children were named during the presentation of this video.
I mean, you don't know that. They probably just weren't named here.
Make sure Theo's ready for retop. Yeah, as Almighty said, Mark, he's not going to be doing retop on stream, so he's saving you from that.
Yep.
Lovely.
You've been spared. Consider yourself lucky.
Hey, mate.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Hello.
July! What's
Oh, it's July. Hey, July. No, it's Julie.
It's July. It's Julie. Julie. Why do you sound so quiet, Omega?
Because I'm in my car.
Oh, I hope you're not driving and not talking at the same time.
Uh-huh.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about gas too.
HR, I'm going to need to make a complaint.
I'm a driving fire hazard. Going at exactly 20 miles an hour.
If we hear a bang, then we know something's gone wrong.
Please, no. I don't think I could take that right now.
We regret to inform everybody that we need to find another voice actor. As Omega has unfortunately left the project due to unforeseen circumstances.
Oh. Coffee table? Yes, coffee table!
On the plus side, we will be adding a new undead hero.
Great.
It's a chinchilla.
They have a joke going on that you won't buy me a coffee table and buy me a vacuum instead.
It's not a joke, it's the truth.
That's a fact that happened
Only
in
one
real
coffee
life.
table. No.
You need more
That's a,
coffee table.
that's a candle station. I did! Wax issue. Shh. Okay.
N.
Omega outside.
Yeah, what?
Oh no, I'm just reading the chat. They're saying,
Huh?
don't yell so loud, Omega.
I'm sorry. You said I was quiet, so.
TMNT said, wait, we can talk about Omega and he won't know. Nuh-uh.
Blatant lie because I have a phone that can multitask. So you're gonna talk shit and get hit.
You talk shit and get hit. Yas.
What's that singing sound?
That is my car because I just took my seatbelt
I was gonna say, it sounds like a car crash.
I'm about to combat roll out of my car going at 45 miles per hour.
I'd pay good money to see that. Guys, can we get a donation going so we can see Omega Combat roll out of his car at 40 miles an hour on the interstate? This is probably the best cause that we'll ever have.
You better not.
We're gonna need at least 4 camera angles. One of them we need like a phantom slow-mo camera.
do the full circular so you can see every single angle. I have like 20 cameras.
I like everyone's accents. I'm from Australia, so don't hear others too often.
G'day, Cobber.
It sounded like you were just like confused about what Australia was.
Because you wrote it as AUS, so I assume that's Australia.
You're just like, what the fuck is Australia?
You better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, Omega.
Look, man, I'm a full course breakfast. You better get out of here with your outdoor self. And they're like an appetizer.
I should probably clarify, I didn't learn G'day Cobber from Overwatch. I learned it when I was playing Warhammer Online from this amazing Australian guy that was part of my guild. He was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. He'd call me Cobber most of the time, but sometimes I do stupid stuff and he'd call me a flaming galah.
That's a quote.
You flaming galah? I asked him what a galah was once. He said, "It's a bird. It's a type of really, really annoying, noisy bird."
That's like every bird in Australia, though.
Why does May have a baby voice?
Because May is tiny.
She needs to hide that she can kick your ass.
Marco said, "Because May is a baby."
Jeez.
CMNT said, "Almighty, how big is a donation?"
What? No, dude, I was joking.
I do not look like that emoji. Shaq with the shot. The Hard Man Gaming cheered for 100 bits.
Awesome, thanks,
Is that
man.
responsible?
That's irresponsible.
That's great.
I don't know if
To
that's
be responsible, though.
You're gonna give Omega road rage.
Don't
God,
get me
these
heated,
people,
I'm pumping
these
gas.
people
Let's set a
so
fire.
irresponsible. Ah.
On the news, just globally.
Oh gosh.
Jeez.
Cheese?
Cheese.
Alright, I'm going home.
Yay!
Boys in the house. Woo.
Yay! She's a 2-foot squish ball with stubby feet and a baby voice. What? Who's talking about me?
Talk shit, get hit, man.
Almighty, what standard salary does a 3D modeler receive, or how much do you average per month? A question without a dirty trick. Just wondering how much they get in such a profession.
As a freelancer, I charge $350 a day.
Is that in US dollars?
Yeah, US dollars.
That should honestly be a new reaction. Talk shit, get hit.
Bad TMNT. No innuendos.
In your endos.
In your Nando's.
Nando?
In your Nando's.
Nando.
By the way, guys, what you see on screen right now, this is the awesome new subscriber badge that Omega made for me. For people that have subscribed for longer than 3 months.
Ooh.
I am a graphic designer. I went to school for it.
Everyone needs to know that.
Everyone needs to know.
I'm just waiting for ZBrush to, it's thinking about stuff.
It's thinking about stuff. Oh no, did it crash?
Well, last time it crashed. Hopefully it won't crash
Gosh.
this time, but it is just thinking.
It's
Male
it's
voice.
thinking.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if it crashes because I won't have lost any real work. All I'm doing at the moment is trying to essentially reverse subdivide things. So basically create lower poly things that are easier for me to retop.
Those are words, yes.
Those are words.
I
It actually sounds
speak the
kinda
English.
like Tiny Tina. Who is Tiny Tina from Borderlands?
Just
Someone
Google
said
it.
I sound like her.
Tiny Tina is
Is it
awesome.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me YouTube this.
Borderlands is a fantastic game. Wait, Omega, do you have Borderlands 2?
Yeah.
We can totally co-op some Borderlands 2 on stream one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries.
I'm eating a coconut Toblerone. It is yummy.
A coconut Toblerone. Oh man.
What?
You heard?
No, but they said I sound like her. So I want to see what she sounds like.
Then go find her. She's voiced by Ashley Birch.
Speak already, goddammit.
I don't think Booth does get paid for being thick. I think it's just a privilege.
No, privilege, it's a right.
Oh, that was our doorbell? I thought that was, I don't know.
I mean, I know what doorbell sounds like.
I thought that was from the video.
I don't know. Denada.
This Tiny Tina looks badass and sounds
Tiny
badass.
Tina's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then someone else said, I sound like Kirby. Kirby. That's why Mabel voiced Kitsune. I'm gonna voice Prime Beast.
Yep.
Bye.
Yes, more candles!
What the fuck?
That was a
A
delivery.
seance? Like what?
That was that.
Do
Yeah.
you need specific sense to summon whatever demon you're trying to summon?
They
By
smell
the power
good.
of Prince Vanilla and pumpkin spice.
No, they smell so good.
Violet lavender. I summon you. Sensuous.
One of the candles I bought, it's called London.
Oh, so it smells like London, just in general?
When I smelled it, it smells like lemon iced tea.
Can you confirm London smells like lemon iced tea?
London does not smell like lemon iced tea. London smells like fucking trash.
But I've been to
London smells like a hot fart.
What?
Apparently, it feels like one as well. So
Yeah, but yeah, it probably feels like one too.
Are you in London right now?
now I'm on the south coast, and it feels like a hot fart. So
Yeah, if he's on the south coast and it feels like a hot fart, and I'm just north of London, it feels like a hot fart. Then London being in between the two probably feels like a hot fart.
It's pervasive over all of just the area.
Oh, someone followed Oda Knight.
Odinite has followed. Wait, hang on. Odinite has joined the fray. Thanks for following.
You struggle a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I had to strangle myself with my beard to get that high.
Not the beard.
Death by your own beard. Like, could you imagine?
Somebody's probably done that.
Almighty, how much does Booth get paid for being thick with 6 C's?
Yeah, we already, like we said, that's not something you get paid for. That's like a right, you know, like.
He was like born into it. He popped into existence just thick, and everybody's like, "Damn,
Damn, son.
damn, son, where'd you get those?"
Wait, why do you need to summon a demon? Omega's already here.
And I was like, bitch.
Look, man, my friends are cool.
We just pick on your lifestyle habits.
You came after my lifestyle on Facebook on a public forum, and I have to come after you now.
What? But I was gonna make you one.
Literally.
Okay, fine then. Fine.
Literally, the first thing she did after she added me on Facebook was come after my lifestyle. I was like, "Dang, girl!" Didn't even plop into my DMs. Didn't even slide into my DMs and say hi first. Just went straight for my lifestyle.
I'm already on your DMs on here. That's okay.
Didn't like it. My posts. Just
It reminded me of you.
didn't scroll through my timeline. Didn't see what my friends were up to. Just went straight for my life.
Your,
Whose mic is that?
your
Whose
bitches
mic
is
is
whack.
I don't know whose mic is that.
Okay, I am Almighty Gur.
Hi, I'm Omega. What's up? What's good? Hi.
That's Dave.
David's like, what is going on?
What the hell is happening? No, yeah, no.
Are we doing a thing?
Um,
What?
Is everyone introducing each other? Like, are we doing introduction?
Well, you know, someone said they didn't know who's who,
Yep.
so like.
Oh yeah.
Someone else
no.
deliver something! Someone else deliver something! I heard the doorbell! I heard the doorbell! Someone else
Probably
deliver something!
another. It's funny.
Just order the whole Amazon factory, girl.
You get excited over candles. I get excited over getting a bloody
Bearing in mind, hang on. Bearing in
ABM
mind,
in.
bearing in mind, May lives in New York. I'm kind of glad that we must have somewhere on file May's like address and everything for records, because one day I genuinely fear that like she's gonna be all excited. Oh, someone's at the door. It's gonna be this new coffee table or whatever, and actually someone's gonna try and rob them, and we're gonna hear it live on stream, and we're just gonna be like, right, let's find those records, call the police.
Well, that's the thing. The only people that have access to those records are HR.
No.
and
Just
the
like
admin.
May,
That's really
May,
good.
can you stop being robbed for a second so we can get those records from you?
Can you stop being robbed so we can help save your life?
The doorbell rang again! The doorbell rang! The doorbell rang!
All right, go get
The
it
doorbell
then.
rang again!
Go get
Is
robbed.
like-
never fails
For like the third
like
time within the last half an hour. See?
Okay,
See?
so-
It rang again!
I think I'm pretty happy with the high poly now. I know to most people out there, like I'm probably just like, why is he rotating around it and not doing anything? All he's doing is turning around. Like I have to do this. I have to make sure that everything is okay.
I am home. My
Yeah,
parents probably
yeah?
gonna be talking on the phone.
What? Hold on, I can't hear you. Yeah?
What is all this
I don't
shit? Love it.
That's my step stool! No?
Alright, guys, I'll see you in a second. I just got home.
Okie dokie. Right.
Yes, I bought a step stool because I'm too short.
Silhouette. How's the silhouette? Yeah, pretty good.
You put more ice. I wanna know what these are. I got you a drink at least. What is this? Amazon?
De nada.
De nada means like you're welcome or something, or like no problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean it.
What are you saying that to?
Whatever it is you got.
I don't know what I got. I know one is candles and hand soap and stuff. Another one is a step stool.
Me and my kids call Hanzo from Overwatch. We call him Hand Soap.
Hand soap.
Yeah, Hand Soap.
Hand soap. This game is looking so hot. When can I play it? Will you release a pre-alpha anytime soon?
No.
Well, we can put soon TM. Oh, yeah, soon TM.
Yeah, I mean, like we don't want to give away any like deadlines or anything in case we can't we can't meet them for any reason. So, you know, like once
I can give you a clue.
Go on then.
I can give you a clue. We haven't got a game. There you go. That's a clue.
There you go. Yeah, no. Once we
We can't even internally play it, so
yeah. Once we get to the point that you know that we're ready to, we'll start announcing, you know, alpha testing phases. That's honestly when we're likely to start doing like a funding drive, and we'll probably do that through like founders packs or whatever, you know, that kind of shit. So yeah, that's when you wanna. That's when you want to save your pennies for that, because you know
we could release an alpha right now, but it will literally just be super mirror mode.
that was
You
not
can only
material,
play
but-
one character.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's getting sick of Magnus right now.
Yes, I want more characters in the game, and I want that Prime Boss rig because it's gonna look so good.
Well, he's being rigged
It's
at the
not even
moment,
in
isn't
the
he?
engine. Yeah, but it's not in the engine. You haven't even put it on the map. I don't even know if it's in the. is it
Oh
project?
right, yeah. I need to transfer the files over from the old repo to the new one.
I guess you put it in, but never pushed it. So.
Well, no, it's just
Well,
like I was working in the old repo.
Oh yeah. and then we had that issue.
And then you killed it. So what I'm doing at the moment, guys, is like I'm basically like I'm going through a bunch of different materials, looking for basically anything that sticks out like a sore thumb, like that like needs working on, anything that isn't smoothing properly, anything that it just looks broke. Broke.
I'm not quite understanding this question, but Briefcase Cat is asking, I'm slowly moving most of my searches of activities onto my phone, and I'm wondering, is it possible to get a second monitor / screen for my phone?
It depends. Some phones do actually, well, quite a lot of the newer model phones do actually have HDMI inbuilt into them nowadays. You probably have to get a converter. Some of them do actually have micro HDMI on them, especially if it's like a USB 3. You can get dongles from that, but you have to actually have a look.
Speaking of,
and see if
do you remember when Ubuntu wanted to make a mobile phone that had Ubuntu Linux on it, like that would have been its OS, and you could plug in like a keyboard and mouse and monitor into it and use it as a portable computer as well.
Yeah,
that would have been sick. Like the thing is, I actually pledged for 2 of them, right? Like I pledged for 2 of this phone, like the Kickstarter failed, so like nobody got anything. But man, like I was so pumped for that.
Yeah. Well, if you have something like a Samsung phone, you can use their DeX system now. The DeX dock, which does that. Quite sure that some companies, or some of the larger flagship companies, are doing similar things. Because actually, this is something that one of my colleagues at work said was, it's something like this nowadays. It's looking like sooner or later you're not actually going to need to actually have a computer at all. You literally take out your phone, plug it into a dock, and that's your computer.
Yep.
And that's something, and it literally, you just pull it out, move it in, put it into another thing, and you don't technically have a computer where you sit. You just literally plug your phone into the monitor or a dock, and it will then turn into into a computer.
Yep.
And it's actually showing, because Windows has actually, well, I think they've been leaked, but is actually looking like they're building a dual screen phone that has a full core version of Windows 10 on it.
Yeah, they like one of the recent editions of the Windows Phone was basically designed for that purpose, wasn't it? Like,
well, they're getting rid of the Windows Phone concept, and they're actually putting a version of Windows 10 onto a phone.
25, 30 years, man.
To be fair though, Windows 10 is very optimized, especially compared to Windows Vista. Anything's better than Windows Vista, but Windows 7 and Windows XP, Windows 10 is the most optimized version of Windows that they've had out. And yes, people do hate the fact that you have to install loads of updates, but the way they've done it now is that they don't ever have to make a major version of Windows ever again. They can patch any part of Windows from the kernel all the way up to the actual operating system files themselves without having to make a new major version of Windows. So this is why Windows 10 was the Windows to end all Windows, because they don't have to make major version updates anymore. And also another thing, which is something that I was really stoked for and I'm really using a lot now, is that they have actually been able to embed the kernel from Linux into Windows' own kernel.
Oh, neat.
So you can actually enable it, and you can actually download a copy of Ubuntu and have it running natively in Windows. It's not VM, it's physically running in the kernel.
That's pretty sick, man.
You can't. They're still limited with accessing hardware and that, but actually running, you can still run apt-get, you can still do all that, and they don't just have Ubuntu, they have other distros as well, and they're starting to add more, which is really quite nice, because you can actually you can actually do. It's designed for things like cross-compiling, because it means now you don't actually have to have 2 separate computers to compile and build. You literally just have one and use the embedded distro of Linux. So it's going to be an interesting one. Windows 10 and Windows in general is going to, a lot of things are probably going to change with it, but even as a thing where the Windows Store and that is getting major updates, which actually reminds me, we're messing around with the launcher and may or may not have already got it working in the actual store itself.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It kind of works, but you have to do some really fancy things with development certificates to get it to work. But I was able to get the launcher to install using a copy of the Windows Store app and running. So, unfortunately, that's getting a rewrite again. I think that launcher has been rewritten at least twice already, and it's on its third iteration of rewrite. We're trying to find the best way of downloading the game files at the minute. We started off with HTTP, and there is some bits and pieces, and we're going to have HTTP incorporated into it, but we're starting to look into peer-to-peer torrenting as well. But we have to have a fallback on HTTP because I've been reading a lot of comments on other games that do use peer-to-peer systems, and it seems a lot of it's blocked. Or a lot of people have had trouble with the fact that the ports are blocked and that. So it'll probably be natively peer-to-peer and then feed down into HTTP.
Yeah, just as a fallback.
Yeah. It's quite hard because a lot of the games don't show you. They say they use peer-to-peer. Things like Star Citizen use peer-to-peer. I think Blizzard Launcher uses peer-to-peer. But they don't actually say what they use or how they do it. So it's kind of like we're having to really just do some guesswork and work out how to do it. And it's not just getting the file. It's not just downloading the file. It's also getting the files out of the build system. We build it, but then we've got to try and seed it ourselves from the build system and then get it into the cloud, and then we basically get all the others to try and download it, and then once it's downloaded, then we can say, right, here's a copy that you can then all pull from. It's just, yeah, a whole load of hell.
Thanks, Josh. As soon as I ask you, shit. What?
What?
What have I done now?
I was clearing my throat.
Okay.
There's a lot of spamming in chat.
So, like, guys,
Will
basically, like, anytime May talks to me, it's because I've done something wrong, like I've pissed someone off, so... So, like, anytime May, like, clears her throat or whatever, I'm just like, what have I done now? Like, who have I upset?
Gotta kick your booty.
Like, literally, she flat out told me, she was like, you need to be nicer.
Yes, I did say that.
Like, but why though?
Because you have to.
Where's the benefit for me?
You don't get to hear me kick your booty as
Aw,
often.
don't see that as a benefit, to be honest.
We'll discuss this later. Will the Omni King be in the game?
The what?
The Omni King?
The who now?
OMNI? I'm not sure. I don't understand either. Jack with the shot asked that question. If you could elaborate, we'll come back to it later. TMNT said this is amazing nerd talk.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Omega. Omega's just gone into like a poisoned house, and we haven't heard anything from him. Like, did he die?
He probably went to grab some sweets or sugar water.
Yeah, just I bet he eats sugar cubes, man. Just straight up sugar cubes.
Just pour packets of sugar into his mouth.
Like, what the fuck?
How comfortable is the knight without the soles on his feet?
They're special boots.
Special boots, very comfy.
It's comfy. It's the best. That is a good
Yes,
point,
we
though.
do have an official website. It's not a full website. It gives you just some links around to places and gives you a place to subscribe for any email notifications that we do. We will be fleshing that out soon. At the minute, we're just trying to make it so it's a little cheaper to run. We're having to learn a brand new way of. It's all written in .NET, and we need to actually get it into .NET Core, which is doesn't sound a bit hella fun. But I'm letting someone else do that one.
You got Andrew to do that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting Andrew to learn .NET Core, and I'm getting Cold or VX to learn Qt. So that's going to be fun.
Almighty, do you not want to make her one segment on the glove?
What?
Do you not want to make her a ring in one segment on the glove?
I understand.
Not sure. Yeah, see, Marco said you need to be nicer.
Totes.
How did you all meet on the team?
Well, I just kind of joined the team and there were other people here. That's how I met them.
Yeah, same here. If you're wondering about how we actually got onto the team, I got asked by a friend who I did some work with before on some smaller games if I wanted to come in and help, and I said, yeah, it'd be fun, and now I'm stuck here.
Now you're stuck
I said,
here.
yeah, it would be fun, and boy, was I wrong.
Oh, Omega's here. He's watching the stream. He typed in the chat.
He's not dead. That's awesome.
He says she kicks your booty silently. Yep. How did all the team come together?
Yeah, I joined because Keepek, one of the guys in our Discord, was like, "Hey man, you make 3D models. This group over here needs a modeler. Do you want to join them?" I was like, "Yeah, okay." That's literally it. Like no like hidden backstory there or anything. Like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Because the funny thing is, a lot of people got into here because of Paragon. That, as I keep saying, I've never played Paragon or MOBA in my life, so it's just one of those things that I got into it because someone asked me to, and I wanted to learn something. That's actually all I've said, and always will say, is that I came here to A, learn, and B, find new people that enjoy the same thing as what I do. Make new friends, and also at the end of it have a type of game. If it's a game that's successful, then great. If it's a game that's not successful, but just the staff members play it, that's fine as well.
Or if it just fails, we still met plenty of cool peoples.
Yep, and the one big advantage of this is that a lot of us can put this on our CV and make it look good as well. So I never thought I'd say that. This is actually something I said to one of my colleagues there this morning. Is like,
it was me.
Why'd you do it? Was it you?
Yeah, you never thought you'd be able to put what's it called on your resume?
Yeah, I never thought I'd be able to put because I never thought I'd be able to put DevOps as a experience I've had, and now I can. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's also cool the fact that I can also get more money for that as well. So
May's gonna be like, I've learned to manage a group of fucking babies.
Oh gosh.
May's gonna be able to hang up a certificate on the wall behind her desk like professional fucking therapist.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going for too. When I was still going to school, but you need at least you need to go to more school, and I was like, I hate school. I'm not going to more school. So there goes that. Okay. Oh, this question is
I,
in
for one,
reference to
appreciate your lack of dedication.
Thank you.
Definitely.
This question is in reference to the ring on the glove one. Have you thought about replacing the segment of armor with a glove on the ring? Forgive me, I do not know how else to formulate in Google Translator so that it would be understandable. I think maybe he's asking if you can give her a ring?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, have you thought about replacing the segment of armor with a glove on the ring?
I guess I'll just say no.
Yeah. Okay. Almighty, the Omni King is one of the kings of the 12 universes who stands above the entire multiverse.
Sounds like a cuck.
What? How will you all share the Wonga, Dosh, and Reedies?
Money.
That's slang for money.
I'm pretty sure May's gonna run away with it all.
Yes, definitely.
Gotta get that coffee table.
I'm just gonna take all your legal documents and shrink them. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. What agreement? What are you?
We never had an agreement. or just straight up, I'm altering the deal.
I'm changing it.
Pray I don't alter it any further. I don't even care that strap goes through the sole of the shoe. That doesn't bother me at
You
all.
didn't die.
Hey man.
Yeah, no, I die hard.
Did you go eat sugar cubes?
I mean, I have a vanilla bean cheesecake with caramel on top in the fridge, but I haven't eaten it yet.
Look, shut up, whore.
Oh.
God damn it!
I'm upstate with all the questions, so you can take over, Omega.
Okay, hold on, I gotta log into the chat room.
Twitch chat room.
Chat room.
Just to let you guys all know, I'm gonna end the stream early tonight. So if you want to get any like last minute questions in or whatever, simple reason being, it's really really warm. I feel really drained. Like it's been a really long week. There will not be a stream. Yeah. There will not be a stream on Saturday because I'm going to see Joe. I'm going to be spending the weekend having a good time.
Isn't Link coming too?
Huh?
Isn't Link coming too?
If he wants to, he's more than welcome to come. So, you know,
I'm just gonna see about travel. Really. I
Who
don't
owns the
have a car,
IP?
so it's kind of I have to go with public transport at the minute. So
Let's see. Who owns the IP to this game?
we all do, kind of,
Everybody?
collectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is confidential. But IP is protected.
Yeah.
All our IPs in here is protected.
I mean, you can learn how to make cheesecake to guarantee if you like. Is Omega a super sleuth? I can neither confirm nor deny that. My graphics card is slowly dying. I'm glad it's dying while I was watching the stream. I'm sorry that your graphics card is dying, and I wish you the best of luck in getting a new one.
Meh. Medic!
I'm getting a replacement router because apparently mine is defective.
Oh gosh, yes it is. It's just horrible.
It'll be like, you know what, I just don't want to give internet anymore. And then it'll just stop giving internet. And then I have to reconnect it.
You just completely ditch us when we were supposed to play Left 4 Dead 2.
I
You're
didn't.
just like, screw May and her friends, they can handle the zombies, or I'll just let the zombies get them.
And then I come back after my care back to the NPC got killed.
Don Reese says, it's cool, man. I guess you're... Let me have a look. Let me zoom in on stuff.
Have you considered replacing the piece of the armor with a ring? Okay.
So I think what he's saying is like this armor on the fingers, like these bits, maybe make it so that it's rings that go around the finger instead.
That make it hard to bend the fingers, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. But no, like I think in terms of like the overall design, like I'm not gonna make any changes like that. You know, there's always room in the future for different skins and stuff, so you know, who knows?
You might see a ring.
Might do, might not. And ZBrush does not like. I think it's the sword. The sword is like ridiculously high poly, way higher than it should be.
Oh wait, was it Oswald's face?
Yeah, Oswald's face is in the pommel of the sword.
It's Oswald's fault.
Yep.
From what Deep was saying, the new version of ZBrush is better.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was saying
well,
it's quicker, so
awesome.
I should probably upgrade soon. Like I don't like to upgrade software in the middle of projects.
Yeah. I should learn from that one.
Right, okay, guys. So you've got 5 minutes to ask questions. I'm just gonna sit here patiently, eat some more Toblerone, and wait while you ask questions.
Yeah. That one is Russian, May.
Got it.
Yeah.
You missed a follower.
Well,
did
I'm
miss the
sorry,
follow,
I
yeah.
just got here. Who is it? What is
Retex
the name?
has joined the fray.
Retex has joined the fray. Thanks for following.
Yeah.
Your turn, Almighty.
Thanks for following. See, I got this.
Don't need me anymore. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Well, currently, those sweet loading screens is literally a circle in the corner of the screen spinning around.
At least we have a loading screen. Do you know how long it took for League of Legends to get a loading screen? You just kind of sat there hoping that the game didn't crash.
Well, okay. I did balk up one of the loading screens when I first started it up. So at the minute, if you actually log in from the launcher, it will actually still log in and show the login screen for a couple of seconds, and then it looks like it's doing nothing, but it is actually still logging in the background, and then switches to the menu, because I tried putting a loading screen in the middle of it and screwed everything up.
So like with League for the...
I gave a copy to Booth, and he couldn't actually access it, and I felt really stupid, because he just tried logging in, and all of a sudden it was just this black screen appeared. He couldn't access anything.
We have a
I actually
website
had to
up and
tell him
running.
how to... We
Yes.
have a website, yeah.
we have a
Little
microsite.
Claude. I think Little Claude is a lecturer at the university that I used to go to.
Oh,
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
he uses caps lock a lot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Neil. Am I right, Neil?
Neil?
Yeah, no, like for the longest time, League of Legends was just like everybody got to 100%, and then it sat there, and then you're like, I don't know if the game's loading anymore or not. And then the only thing they added was like a little swirly thing in the bottom left corner, in the bottom right corner, so you knew it was still loading.
And yeah, unfrozen.
Yeah, but sometimes like it would crash, and you wouldn't know unless you were like in a call with your friends. They're like, okay, we're in game. And you're like, wait, what? I'm still on the loading screen.
Oh yeah, that's Smite too. We're always in a call, and I'm like, are you guys in yet? I'm still on this loading screen. Nothing's happening.
And then like 5 minutes later, it would be like, hey, you disconnected, and by that point, everybody's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's Neil.
One time,
Hey, Neil.
Hi, Neil.
One time the game crashed for me, and when I tried to open it up, it was like, you were kicked from the game because you went AFK. Maybe you should play a different game. And I was like, whoa, excuse me.
Which game was this?
It was League of Legends. Like, first of all, it was an accident. We're on the front page of 3D Hit Co.uk.
Yeah, neat.
Guys, we made it. We're on a magazine. Girls on a
No,
magazine.
no, that's the that's the
We
university.
are on a magazine.
That's the university forum for the art and design teams.
Guys, we're on a magazine. We're on a forum.
Yeah.
Oh, you made the post. It's not special anymore. But still, thanks.
How did you figure out that's
There's the website there, Neil. Because that's the name that he uses on like Polycount and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Darkness. If you want to check out the last couple of stream videos, they're up on YouTube, or they're currently VODs on Twitch. It's not like gameplay, but like I've been showing people how we've been making like our version of what Paragon had with Amber. You know, like where you'd kill something and it would drop Amber on the floor, and then that would like zoom towards you after a couple of seconds. So I went through the process of like how to make that in terms of both artwork and like programming. So yeah, that was a little bit of gameplay stuff. But typically these streams aren't really about the gameplay. These streams are more about like the art like creation process, basically.
No, I do actually have. I have actually implemented that in. So
yeah,
your fancy little articles do work.
Yeah. So yeah, you may get to see that in actual gameplay soon because it's in. Thanks, Neil. That's awesome. Oh, Neil. Feel free to tell like any of the students or whatever, like if they want to come along to the streams and ask questions like how did you make this, how would you do that. That's all fine. Like there's plenty of people in here that ask questions about all of this stuff. Like we don't mind answering the questions or anything.
You think our website is done? Oh, we can't get to our website.
Can we not? Oh shit, our website is
I'm
done.
on it.
Oh no! He just spelled it wrong. God damn it, TMNT, sabotaging our shit.
There you go, that's the correct one.
Yeah, I blame TMNT sabotaging everything. Right?
Don't give me a heart attack, please. I'd rather not have a heart attack at 15 minutes past midnight.
Poor David. No heart attack. Everything is good.
TMNT, yes, that's amazing. Omega.
Huh?
The sound bit? Oh!
Oh wow.
Well, if you get it recorded, I'll get Oak to put it in for you.
I can do that, yeah.
Meow.
Oh gosh.
Love it. Right, guys, thank you very much for coming along to the stream. Again, there is no stream on Saturday because I'm gonna hang out at Joe's place. I'm gonna get really, really drunk. I'm gonna eat like dirty food. Oh man, they have this amazing food van there at the summer fair. It's basically they cook like South African style steaks and stuff. So good, really, really good. So I'm gonna eat a lot of really, really, really awesome food and get really drunk and like not do any artwork or anything. But Monday we're going to be streaming a new character. Going to be making a new character, like starting the new sculpt and everything, while I finish Theo off stream. So yeah, see you all on Monday.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Gladier.
Hi, Gladier. Bye, Gladier.